live from New York at the biggest show in legal technology on the final day, mind you. This is your friendly neighborhood TECHNOCAT, and we're here for TECHNOCAT Live with one of my all-time, probably my all-time favorite lady, Maribel Rivera. Yay! Welcome. We're back again, and doesn't it feel good?
It feels awesome, and I always love being on stage with you.
Well, I mean, if there's someone who's going to sparkle in unison with me, it is always going to be Maribel. And I'm just psyched we're here. I mean, the elephant in the room is we're here together again, and it actually feels like a real legal week.
It does. It finally does.
Like a back in the day legal week.
Yes. It has so much more energy than it has in the past, which is extremely exciting for me. And so many new faces. That's one of the things. I've seen so many new faces, so many younger people.
Way younger. I heard there was an entire college class from Suffolk University that came to the ChatGPT thing. Like, evidently we're a career path now.
I love it. And that's what we wanted, right?
I mean, 100%.
I do work for ACEDS. So for us, e-discovery is a career path.
Well, and I think last time we were talking about expansion in Australia, but this year it's all about like literal world domination. Tell me all about that.
So ACEDS has been talking a while now, right, about we need to start expanding more of our chapters. We've been looking at Germany, Austria, and Switzerland for a bit.
Moly,
So that is on the roadmap for this year. We've also still got in the works Latin America, so we're just trying to find the right people and putting that chapter in place.
Jeremy Burge.
Calling
Jeremy.
Where is he?
Oh, I mean,
we need a Burge signal.
I mean, I feel like the Burge signal is, are they having a bunch of fun somewhere? I'm going to run over that way.
Yes.
No, it's kind of crazy. Like, it feels like we've hopped in a time machine. Like, literally that we've gone back to 2007, 8, 9, 10, when like the energy was crazy. And wait, we're always going kind of 88 miles an hour. And I think I may have taken a selfie in a DeLorean that you brought to the show just for a little Back to the Future.
We did. So in one of my many areas, we have a DeLorean here, the replica from Back to the Future.
And I believe it had a cameo at the Legal Week minute before the keynote.
It did. It had a great cameo on the Legal Week minute. So it was exciting to see. So Ultimatum is here, and I know you're getting to speak with that team. And the great thing about Ultimatum is, and you'll love this because of all the many things that Reveal does. But what Ultimatum is doing is they've created basically a great platform with using large language models,
of course, which is kind of the moment.
Yes.
100%.
They've been working on it for a while. They actually were here at Legal Week last year, but didn't have a buzz. But this year we've actually created an awesome buzz. So I'm super excited about that. And they may or may not have created a little bit of an easy button for e-discovery.
Ooh, I need to hear all about this because I have been saying it's not an easy button, but it'll help. So if there's a literal easy button, then I'm going to have to change my catchphrase.
It's going to make it a lot easier, I think. So people have been extremely surprised. They come to the booth and they're like, no, I'm not going to believe this. And then they sit down and see it and they're like, okay, tell me more.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that kind of just sort of brings up the whole theme of we are moving at the speed of light these days. And that's why organizations like ACEDS are so important because they're helping you keep up and upskill. And I think you were telling me like one of our mutual partners was working on a report that's going to be super impactful for folks that are just trying to keep up to pace with everything going on.
So our mutual partner is Page Freezer, and we're super excited because we have been working with them since last year on a report on dynamic online data.
Well, and they're super in the weeds on knowing that because they're one of the people that are doing web scraping and be able to capture kind of that live active social media, all that data that is such a wealth of information. So they are in the know. They're the guys that know this stuff.
Yes, and which is why we wanted to find out more because that's one of the pain points, right? For a lot of people in e-discovery is that dynamic data constantly changing. And so we hosted 2 focus groups. And on the focus groups, we had one that was law firm and one that was corporate. And we talked about those pain points. What are the challenges? How do we resolve them? And so we've got a white paper with them that I think people will find extremely interesting.
Well, and the interesting thing is, I think we were talking hypothetically about atypical data a lot last year.
Yeah.
This year, when I pulled the room for one of my panels on the apocalypse, because I have to be cheeky about it, but the explosion of atypical, weird, ephemeral, whatever data, over half the room raised the hand that they had seen that in a case. So it feels like we're at a tipping point. So it's super timely.
It is super timely. And I think there's a lot of key takeaways. There's some really great data in there that people can dig into just to find out more about what are law firms and corporations talking about when it comes to dynamic online data.
Oh, that's awesome. So if someone wants to download that or any of the other resources, they go to
ACEDS.org.
Okay.
And we'll have all of the information there, and we'll be sending that out via email. It'll be on our social media. And if they can't find it, they can always look for me.
So if you are live streaming this, the little blue Maribel Rivera name, click on it, hit the follow button, because this woman is involved in so many different organizations. She's all in on everything.
Yes.
And speaking of all in, we are all in on AI. We're all in on charity. We're on the board of, I'm an advisor on the board of Life Preservers. And I think we're going to be all in on something else that you're working on.
We are all in the fight against cancer. So today actually kicks off a 10-week campaign where I am a member of Wale Alegbe of Deloitte's team All In.
And please be sure to shame him for being on vacation instead of
in Cabo,
sending me pictures of the beautiful view. And while we're here in New York, although I will say it's warmer than most years.
Yes, it is warmer than most years.
If it was snowing and I was getting those pictures, I might just be like, little FOMO, I don't know.
Yeah. But with the charity, our goal is to raise over $250,000.
I love that.
It is part of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Visionaries of the Year. Wale is a candidate for that. And our goal, I'm one of his campaign managers, as is Shauna Pedersen. And our goal is to really raise the money and help in the fight against leukemia and lymphoma and other blood cancer diseases, which for me it's kind of a personal fight, because myeloma, which is one of the blood cancers that affects the Black community, the Black and brown community the most. So that's one of those things that we want to go all in on that. We want to make sure that
underserved population where it's maybe they're not getting the funding to do the research. I love that. I love that.
Yes. So if anyone would like to make a donation, even $10 would help us to hit our goal. If we can get all of Kat's followers, I don't even remember how many followers you have, to donate $10.
24,850. I'm waiting for that last 25. Come on, or 50. Come on, you can do it.
So if we get each of you to donate $10, we're a lot closer to our goal than we were before. So I'd love for everyone to come all in on us on AI, on charity, and the fight against cancer.
I love that. And what I love is this community loves to give back, so that stay in touch with Maribel, because between the stuff we do with Law Rocks, the stuff we're doing with All In, the stuff that you're doing with Life Preservers, there are so many ways that you can, take that passion you have and give back in a meaningful way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and we're always looking for other ways, right? It's all about how do we find those different ways to give back, to find the people who need help. So if there is something that someone needs help with, if there is a charity, if there's something that I know you and I are both like, okay, how can we help? How can I be of service?
We will be your megaphone.
Yes.
She will shine the sparkle. I will be like, here's the spotlight.
Sprinkle it. Tell me what you need.
The Maribel magic test. I love it. I love it.
Dust it everywhere. So just tell me what you need and we'll make it happen.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Well, is there anything else out there exciting? Because I feel like we're getting to that 1 yard line. I want to give you, is there anything else that you're passionate about that you want to talk about? Or
Oh my God, all my passions. There's various different things, but I think, I just want to make sure the community is getting the things that they need. I think that's one of the things people know that they can always come to me for.
Well, you're one of the people who is a forever everyone mentor. And so you're a connector and a maven, and I think that anyone listening who's new to the industry or who's looking to know more of the people, connect with Maribel, because I'm grateful that in my career you helped me get into this whole community. So
thank you.
So as you know, It is a sprint and not a marathon. We are at the 1 yard line, which means it is time for my favorite question.
Yes.
So, what is your mic drop moment? If someone is meeting Maribel for the first time, perhaps they live under a rock, or they're just tuning in for this conversation. What is the one takeaway you want them to have as they go about their day and continue with the third day of Legal Week?
With regards to
anything.
Oh my God, one mic drop moment. You didn't even prepare me for this.
That makes it better.
I know. This one's a difficult one. I don't even know where to even begin. My one mic drop moment. I'm
going to mic drop it for you.
Go ahead.
Embrace your authentic self.
Yes.
Because you can do so much good in your career, which Maribel does, in the charitable work, which you do, and find the people that sparkle, because they will make you great.
You have to find the people that are just going to uplift you and support you and mentor you and tell you the truth when you need to hear it, because there's always those people.
As she looks me in the eye, remembering times she may have done that just for me.
Always.
Well, I can't think of a better way to end this. I know these go by fast, but live from New York, this has been TECHNOCAT with Maribel, my favorite lady. Shh, don't tell anyone. And this is, the mic is dropped. We are out. Stay tuned for a few more, and thank you for tuning in.